Check. Welcome in, team. How we doing? Everybody had a good weekend. Give a couple minutes like usual, and then we'll get started. All right, y'all, 5:02 my time. One more server ping and we'll get started. Appreciate it. Small class again. It's all right. We'll roll with it. Big old gap down should give us something to work with. Back inside the same range. Give me a second. I'm going to send one more message out. Anybody here from the free portion of OOT? Let me know in the chat. Just kind of curious. We're trying this new thing, letting you guys join these Sunday classes. But if no one cares about them, then we won't do them. But I'm just kind of curious. Nice. Glad to have you here. Got at least one person. Cool. And yeah, guys, try and keep this format when you put the requests in. That way I know, like, hey, I'm already in this and I'm down bad, or I'm in it. I'm looking for an entry on something. So whatever it is, Spy, AMD, MO, Netflix, I see some of the repeat posts in that format. I like it. Love it. All right. All right, you guys. 5:03. Let's dive into it. My name is Sarge1K. I'm one of the staff members here. We're glad to have you here. If you're new, whether you're a free member or a paid member, I do these classes every Sunday. I like to always start out with SPY just to kind of give us a ballpark of where we're at, where I think we're going. As I always say, if we're in a downtrend day, I always tell people, hey, let's look for some bearish setups and some puts on some plays. If we're bullish big trending day, I always tell people, hey, let's look for that. And so plain and simple, hourly range, 4-hour range, whatever it is, we are just in a very big range, or a very nice range. And it's pretty big. I'd call 678. I know we got some bottom ticks below that, but I'm seeing the biggest reaction down here at the 677, 678, and top side, of course, our 695 zone. Very, very nice range to play in and out of. If you're a swing trader or a shareholder, you're probably not loving this right now. If you're a day trader, this is a blessing because, really, we're not at all-time highs, which is really hard to trade because we don't know anything to back test on upside levels, stuff like that. This is just we're back testing levels from previous price action. So it makes it, to me, or a low of experienced trader, it just makes it very easy for us. And so, you got to love this on the back test here. And as of now, we're back testing again. I'm going to zoom in here for 1 second and I'll get to your guys' requests as well. But just want to show you basically, what was it, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, all last week, opening 85.66 bucket, selling right same zone again. And so I have a feeling, I don't know what this gap down is from, but things are probably going to move quite a bit before tomorrow morning. But we're just going to play with what we got, assuming we open around 695 here. And so my plan for tomorrow, if this pocket here, this $1 range, 685 to 686, been harping on it for weeks, months in Discord. If that fail to break over, and this bullish push up to the upside, I'm looking for downside plays, downside continuation. Doesn't mean I'm looking for this all in one shot. It just means, hey, let's go test this level again, like we did here on Thursday, Wednesday, back test here, stuff like that. And so if 685 fails again, or if we open under that tomorrow and we fail to break over this, I'm looking for downside plays. Anything between here is just a scalp range for me, kind of a no zone. Be patient on other plays because, if you're in some calls and you get a kill candle down, that's really going to hurt you. Or if you're in puts and we get that big move up, this was news related from the tariff news. If you're in puts and get a big pump up, you're going to be hurting as well. So for me, I'm looking, 686 hold. I like to be bullish on the market. Under 685 bearish. Any questions on SPY? Feel free to unmute. Keep it related to this as of now. If there are no questions, I'll go right into your guys' watch list. All right, I don't see anything right now. So ticker MO, and I give you guys the ability to unmute your mic if you want. If you want to talk through this one while I'm going over it, feel free, or you can just put your comments or remarks in the chat as well. You said a 70 call for this week. Are you looking for the 70 call, or are you already in this one? Let me know in the chat. And I'll get some charting going for you here. But we're going to start with The daily, it's a name I've never traded, so I just kind of want to see where we're topping out at here. Does it make sense? If you're not in, where we can back test, does it make sense to back test some levels? Cool. This could be all-time highs. Is this all-time high zone or pretty damn close? Yeah, looks like it is probably. Yeah, so if you're already in, are you in a profit or staring down a loss right now? Let me know if you're already in. If you're in it up here, you're probably red. Anywhere down below here, you're nice and green, which is good. It's what we always want with people. But see if we got any sort of a short-term trend line here. And only really 2 touches here. Got in Friday, cool. So as of now, the overnight session, we're not really seeing much movement here. So clear and obvious here on the daily, double top range here. So you're buying into a double top. You're already in. I can't tell you to back out of that right now. But if we fail up here, you know why you failed. It's a clear and obvious double top. I never personally recommend people buying up here, but again, you're already in that, so I can't tell you to wait and hold off on that. So what I can tell you to do though is to look for some levels to back test on what you really need on this move here. So to me, clear as day. It's about a 25-cent move, this range up here. I'm seeing all these topside wicks up here. Is our top. Smackdown, breakdown, retest, retest, retest. Sold under it, tried to bring it back over, and that high of Friday afternoon, that's kind of where it stopped. And so you're in a bullish plate, so it's clear as day. You need a reclaim of this zone and then this zone for continuation to go more. You're going to have a lot of weekend theta because if we open flat or down, that theta on the weekend and now something expiring in 5 days is going to hurt you quite a bit. So really clear as day, you need a break over 68 to hold. You need that move to happen quick, like Monday, maybe Tuesday. But even Monday, if we push back up into here and we're trading higher than Friday, you're still probably going to be red on the contracts because of weekend theta decay. So it's never really a good idea to trade into the weekend on a 5-day expiration contract. You really want to be, got to mute the channel here in Discord just so it doesn't distract me. Grizzly's hitting that crypto. Yeah, the weekend theta is still going to take a hit. So you really need a gap over 68 to see probably break even on this. And then it push over 68, you just scroll back to that daily chart that I was showing you, and it's all-time highs, or at least I think it's all-time highs, so 68.25. That should be your first target. Even if you're up 15, 20%, you don't think that's good enough. This is the all-time high, I think, unless I'm wrong. You got to be selling there. You can't just be holding because it's not good enough money for you. If we sell under the 67.76, not good for you because you see every time we reject that, we kick it down at least 30, 40 cents, sometimes more, sometimes almost a whole dollar more down there. So tricky spot to be holding calls. But again, hopefully you make money. We're here as a team, so we never want people to lose money. Ant, you didn't say what you're in on AMD unless you retyped it. So unmute if you want, or let me know in the chat. Or unfortunately, I'm going to skip you because I don't know what you want on this. But guys, please put the request contract that you're in or looking at, just so it makes this class go quicker. Oh, you're fine. 182 put. Cool. Did you close out in profit, or better yet, let me know if you remember on the price on the chart. Let me know where you entered. I'm assuming you probably got in maybe Friday. If you remember what price level, that would kind of say, hey, we push up to here, you might want to be cutting or something like that. I'll wait for you in the chat. I see you're active, which is good. As of now, it's looking good, but we're going to zoom out. 197, 197.50. Oh, so somewhere down, 198.50. Okay. On Friday, you're sitting okay if it's Friday because I can build a plan for you. Let's check this daily here. Oh, yes, we were talking about this last week. I remember. Big old thick line. Take a look at this here. Obviously, if it breaks this, it doesn't mean I'm saying we're going right down to 179, but that's a scary gap. if you're in some calls, and we're not seeing any bounces here at this 194. That's a scary gap. No doubt about that. So let me get a couple more lines in here for you, build a trade plan quick as I can, and kind of show you what to look for, and then build it off of that. So I'm holding over this wick right here, and I'm looking towards the right, and look at that. Lo and behold, oops, 2 wick touches. You think that level matters? Absolutely. So that's the big level width. I'm going to go on the daily. Unless we're under 195, don't really need to be looking at this candle quite yet. So a zoomed in look here. Give me 1 second. So that's what I'll be kind of eyeing here. So if you got in here, this 198, or excuse me, this 199 to 1992 would be a stop out for me on any bearish plays, because you can see here we are on the 1-hour chart. Get my drawing mode back here. You know, when we sell under, it's kind of nice, but we're seeing some buybacks. We're seeing buybacks. We're seeing buybacks. So, you know, they kick it down here, or excuse me, they kick it down here, and the next candle is really no fall through the downside. They're buying it back up, kind of that 198. So you already know where I'm going with this. Breakout, retest, breakdown, retest. That's my bread and butter. Any holds under this 198, you are solid. You should hold with confidence. Not overly cocky, not adding, just hold your position that you have, but with confidence that 198 fails, because we're failing this bottom here from Wednesday. I know this wick here at the open into that pre-market level, quick dip down in there, but still I'm just playing these bounce candles here at 198. That's the more interest that I have. Lines up kind of with this close here, that candle close there. So anything under 198, let me see what it looks like on a smaller time frame here. But really, your final target should be that 195, clear as day. Because I showed you on that daily, remember those big bounce wicks that were happening there down here at 195? You do not want to be holding. Look at those buyback reactions. You do not want to be holding puts, especially short dated down here. So again, 198 clears or rejects, excuse me. There's not a lot of price action here, but all you want to do, find these big reactions here. So that would be right here, 197.32 first target. That should show you some profit at the open, I think. And then coming down in here, I'm looking at this start and close candle body here, lines up with this 196.85, and then the bottom of this wick here, same thing. We're looking left and we're just marching down, basically 196 and then 195 flat, your final target. So 3 to 4 targets, very, very nice to the downside. But again, if anything squirrely happens overnight and we start trickling up like this, like I do not want to be in puts on a break of 199. So if that happens, just get out, accept the loss, get a breakout retest just like this, get into calls off the retest of 199, and just forget about that put play. You don't have to worry about it. Again, breakout retest, look at that big push up, retest, big push up. So if 199 reclaims, that's scary for me to be in short dated puts. Hopefully that helps you, but if not, send me a DM and we can talk more. But super, super nice step. I love that. I love where you're in. You know, maybe you caught the bottom, you got the bounce, a little bit of red, but as of now, you're sitting pretty on this this weekend gap down we're seeing. All right, next one. CCC, we already did SPY, but if you need some more criteria on that, I'll circle back end of class for sure. Oh, I see your comment now. So 682 for, that would probably be a Wednesday expiration. Yeah, quickly, CCC. Anything under that 684 should hold. I don't know where you got in those puts at on Friday, I'm assuming. Anything Friday in this upper range here, over 668.5, you're going to be heavy profits. Again, play the chart. Do not get greedy. I don't care. I'm not just calling you out or, you know, assuming you took a loss last week. But if you guys were staring at a big loss last week, and like a big move like this on this put play, just again, hypothetically, doesn't make up for the loss you had last week, and you're like, I want to hold for more because I'm going to make up that money. That's just foolish trading. This chart tells me 100% of the time, the 685 to 684.7. If we open around here, you definitely trim puts for sure. Look at these big reactions when they bounce. You do not want to be holding puts here on a bounce because you're greedy, because you don't like the percent. But this is going to pay massive if you guys got in anywhere up here on Friday. If you got in down here and you're holding for a deep loss and back, there's no hope for you. It's still going to be worth nothing. So let's see. I'll come back to Netflix for it. I just want to make sure we get everybody in here. Kevin, are you still in here? You are. Looking at April calls for Apple. Yep, everybody wants Apple right now. There's some big flow on it. It may or may not pay out. I can show you guys big flow hits every single week that absolutely get throttled. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. Big old bounce here on 259.2. Hindsight, wish I would have caught that. I'm going to get some more levels here for you on the daily. Kind of show what I work with because there's a couple things I see as far as moving averages that we have not talked about tonight. So give me 1 second here. Drawings. Look where that candle closed. Thursday's high. It's no accident. Stopping out right there. No accident. Top side. It's got a lot working against it. I'm not even going to sugarcoat it. You got to be bottom ticking Apple here if we want this move. Tricky spot here. So Wednesday stopped high there, lines up with that wick there, lines up with these candle bodies there, all this stuff here. It's jiving, it's making sense. Let's go intraday, let's build you a trade plan. I want to show you something here. Have not talked about it yet tonight. 2 moving averages, guys. These are daily moving averages. My dash lines are dailies. So if I go the daily, the pink line will be at 266. Daily, pink line, 266. Again, Thinkorswim is awesome. It shows you intraday where it's at. So if we start pushing up into here and we start failing, it is 2 moving averages stacked against you. It is all this stacked against you. It's this stacked against you. It's this stacked against you. So if we push up and we start failing and you're chasing calls up here at 264 and you're wondering why we're not going up, well, 2 moving averages, resistance Wednesday, resistance Tuesday, and the start of resistance on Thursday 2 weeks ago. So calls, you got to be patient. Clear as day, at least how I trade. This is a chasing tops. Can you get lucky and this goes and just keeps going? Absolutely. But for me, you're in my class. I'm never going to tell people to take at here at 264.5. When just looking at price action like brick wall. Why are we buying calls there? Buy puts, money, buy puts, money, buy puts, money, buy puts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 1 hour candles could have paid you on puts instead of chasing the breakout. Not saying you were, just saying charting in general. So buy the dip. We need to focus on buying the dip. I'm seeing kind of a middle range here, Kevin. Some other people watching this. Probably this 262 zone. It's going to be red. Let's just pretend it's green, like I always say, because I can't default to both red and green. I just got to pick one and Thinkorswim. But this is a nice little bounce zone here. And what I'm doing, it's kind of a thin range, but if I expand it, it'll kind of make sense, hopefully, to you guys. So what I'm doing here is sell down, a volume building here. They tried to hold it, Big battle back and forth, sold through it the next day. What did they do? They retested it, sold it back down. Following day, what they do? First test, smack down again, still resistance. Next candle starts here, the lows here, that candle closes here, right at resistance. Back test, dipped, they bought it back up.
That's about where I got in.
Yep.
On the calls.
Oh, sorry, I'm sorry, I'm just rambling. Are you already in calls, brother, or just looking?
Yeah. No, I got in call when it was breaking like that 260. Essentially, it broke down, hit 255, and I was like, if it breaks back above 260, so I jumped in some April calls.
Oh, nice. Okay, I'll just shut up and stop rambling.
No, you're good.
On Friday down here. Sorry,
No. That day that you were talking about it back there.
back here.
Yeah. No,
Okay,
like the what 2 more days right there.
right there. Cool.
Yeah, that's where I
So
got in the calls for April.
nice. Were you able to trim up here?
Yeah, I trimmed up there and then I
Okay.
set my stop loss and actually stopped out back on Thursday. And
Okay.
then since it kind of broke back above the 260 on Friday, I was thinking about getting back in.
Oh, love it. Yeah. So just like I tell people or try and teach or mention my tab, this is just repeatable price action, brother. So yeah, your same thing here. you're just looking and being patient for this let me get out
That
drawing mode
two,
here.
yeah, like it.
261 and a half. So basically got a nice 50-cent range. And again, at least how I trade, I'm either gonna take the puts here hypothetically down in here. If you don't play the open, it's not your jam, that's fine. But I'm for sure setting an alert here and just visually, guys, especially new people, you can see this. My green zones are what I want to play the bounce zones, and that's all we're doing here is we're just trying to catch what happened in previous time. And so again, catch some puts down in here. But for me, maybe hold a put if you want, maybe as a hedge if you're going to try and buy that dip on some longer dated. But for sure, like Kevin mentioned, big breakout that 261, got in, nice profit, back tested here, sold through, reclaimed it. And all it's doing here, guys, on the 1 hour, it's just a very nice range, like I mentioned on SPY. Like we know our tops and we know our bottom down here at 259. So like, we're day traders. Play this range and just keep playing it until it proves you wrong. Like keep buying the dips if you can catch in, here or even better down here. Like almost no risk down here. You're barely risking anything, and then you short your tops every single time until they finally break out and retest, and that retest holds. And you're like, okay, this top of the range was resistance. It's now support. Push that flip into there. So, yeah, Kevin, I know it's kind of rambling on this, but yeah, if you can buy that dip into here, and again, same thing when we push into the zone here, just recapping, like I was saying at the beginning of this charting on this name, 2 moving averages. If you don't, do you have Thinkorswim or do you got something else? Kevin. All right, maybe he stepped away. But if you have Thinkorswim, maybe it does got disconnected. I don't even see him in here, but yeah, you guys seen this chart here. The 2 moving averages are stacked right overhead, so definitely trim heavy, leave a runner for sure, but not a spot I would be looking to chase calls. But down here, there's 261 for sure. All right. Crash Avenger. What do you guys got going on? You got funny business and DMs. Gabby even sent a chart. You still in here? Love it. Looking at puts here. Is this the idea? All right, let's take a look. GOOG. I think I got lines on that one. Let me click on your chart. Can I click on? There we go. Hopefully everyone can see that. Nice. So basically Friday's high rejection, 315.4 and some change. All right. Sold down a little bit here, Gabby. Feel free to unmute your mic, cut me off if you want to talk through this. But let's make a nice thick line up here because you pretty much have the same zone. We're just going to zoom out and kind of see why it's stopping here, what it's doing, if it makes sense. Stopping here for sure. Going to do one of these top range resistance. We're going to extend it to the left, and we're just going to take a look back in time and see what's going on. Top left. All right. Now let's just scroll back and kind of see. Oh yeah, nice consolidation here for sure. Bottoms. See this, Gabby? Bottoms. I'm looking all the way back. November 25. Support, support, support all day long. Sold under, reclaimed, support, sold under, grind back up, and kind of back and forth, back and forth, back and forth here. This is end of the year, basically end of December of last year. Consolidation, consolidation, basically a $3 or $4 range. And then boom, the big breakout on January 7th, my birthday. Oh, baby. Must have been a good day. And now we're coming back here. I'm on the 4-hour chart. Retest, retested, resistance, poked it through. Now let's take a look here. So if you're not already in this, Gabby, anybody else watching, super nice setup by Gabby. Shout out here. Really, really nice level here. So clear as day. If you want to be bearish, I'll give you 2 bearish scenarios. First one, you already know where I'm going with this probably. Any trickle up pre-market, and we open here, or if we open right at here, short this damn thing all day long. What you're doing is, I'm on the 1 hour chart now, you're playing the bottoms of these wicks here. So 1, 2, 3 wicks here. I know this one caught poked under, but you're shorting this spot here, and your risk level, depending on how much time you have, I'm not seeing you should let a 75-cent move go against you, but this is just your risk zone, meaning any tick into here, I still don't want to be in calls unless it's just for a quick day trade, playing that bounce into there. Calls can definitely happen. That could be a nice 75-cent move, but I'm not still super bullish on this name until 315 breaks and proves it's holding. So if this trickles into here, absolutely into that 314, that is a trade I would take. And just look at
So
this.
I am going to do puts, but what I'm thinking is that it's also going to get the FIBO, the 15%, 50%. If we get the top and connect with the bottom, it's going to be in the 50%. That's what I'm afraid. That's going upper.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's going to get the 50%, and then it's going to go down. So that's just what I'm not sure about. So I'm not going to enter. But yeah, if it happens the way that you said, that would be good.
Yeah. So yeah, this would definitely up here. This would be my top range option one. And then
Hmm.
if we kind of come down here, so we got this after hours move right here. This white candle is my down candle. So if we trickle into here, I do not want you taking puts or anybody at this 312 to 311.86, because
Hmm.
what do we see here? Look at this big battle here where I always say I don't know if like it's buyers are just kind of giving up, or sellers giving up, or like buyers are like kicking in like, hey, we don't want to sell this anymore right here. This is our floor. When you see a sell down and then all this consolidation on the 1 hour chart, like a 30-minute chart, that
Hmm.
tells me on the downside, it's like, hey, I should not be in puts here. So if they sell this down and you missed your move on your put, hypothetical situation, I don't want you to take puts right here. I would need a break under, a retest, proving. Let me zoom in for it here, because like I said, I know you guys are on your phones and stuff. So, oops. So basically, yeah, if they break that zone here at this 312, you can see when it does fail here, there's a battle here, but you got, big wicks to the top side that still, they never fully convincingly close over. We get some candle closes over, but there's really no continuation. So if you do take the breakdown retest short, just be mindful that, there's pushes almost $1 against you. I'm not saying you should let it go $1 against you. I like the short here up at 314 a lot better. So it's going to take some patience. Like they can sell it through this 312, but again, moving to press, it's a tricky spot if you miss the move. It's a super good chart, you pointed out, but for me, you know, you might not get that. Maybe it comes tomorrow, maybe it comes Tuesday or Wednesday, but just set alert if you're on Thinkorswim or Webull, whatever it is, at this 314, and see if you can get a nice move up to that to short that. But again, there's a lot of support here at 312 that I don't want you chasing, and so it's kind of a tricky spot. But if you can top tick this on calls here, this is a very, very nice entry for puts up here. So you basically just say, I'm setting alert up here, and you just wait for that to trigger and see if that comes through.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
Yes, this is Google. Yep. And send me a DM if you want to add more, or if you're saying, hey, I shorted 314, look at this money I made. Awesome. I'd love to hear that when people kind of, we talk about stuff on Sunday Scan, and then they, DM me a couple days later, they made some money. Love that. So, Avenger still in here. Yeah, let's look at KR's at a Kroger, I think, right? Oh, is my internet acting up? I did see a message. Am I cutting out at all, guys? Let me know. My voice at all.
What's the spread for you on KR right now? 1K?
On
Yeah,
the stock price, I'm showing a bid at 64.14 and ask at 68.18, so 4 cents.
$4.
Yeah. Oh man,
Oh,
we'll have to see. Yeah, because see that sucks. We don't get that after hours move, weekend move. We don't really know. So let's just play the close, I guess. That's kind of tricky. So 66.36 and some change here. Um, let's see, what'd you say? You want to looking at 64?
My target's way lower though. My entry target, that's the issue.
Okay.
64.15.
Yeah. Did you hit this a while back, or did we hit together? I don't remember. I always get KR and KRE mixed up. I'm sure
This
this
was
target's.
I shorted and then it had that gap up and then I got out around break even.
Oh, okay. All right. So I'm on the 4 hour now. I mean, I like the 66 is kind of calling my name here. I wanna
Yeah, I have that too, but I don't know where we're gonna open with this $4 spread.
yeah. Do you want to go over this one or you want to skip it?
You could skip it.
Okay. Do you have anything else you have in mind? I can definitely wait a couple more.
Just go down the list.
Okay, cool, man.
Send
Just put something
something if
else
I think of it.
in
Thanks,
the
okay.
chat, brother. Yeah, we'll look at tomorrow. And I see your DM too, man. Busy weekend for me. I'll go over that for sure.
Of course, no problem.
Let's see. iPhone, you still in here? Intel. I think that was part of Avengers DM to me, so we can look at that. What are you thinking on this on iPhone for Intel? Are you just kind of, or I see Intel calls question mark. Okay, we'll take a look at it. Cool. And I think I'm caught up. Alex is next. If you're still in here, not in here, skipping you for now. But let's look at intern. Intel, man, guys, sorry. 14-hour day yesterday. My brain is a little bit mushy. Long day. Downtrend for sure. Dirty River would be proud of us right now. Good guy. Don't tell me I said that though. Downside wick. Trend line possibly as well. A little messy. You've got 3 touches though. February 12th doesn't really hit. Ooh, I'm seeing something here. Let me get some horizontal lines for you. iPhone, so other people looking at this. Maybe Avenger as well was had some questions on this. Yeah, we're definitely doesn't mean a bounce has to work, but we're definitely in a territory, like I tell you, calls don't have to pay, but it's not a spot that I want to be in puts unless you swung and you're deep in profit holding the runner. Starting a put position here, I do not like it. I'm going to cheat. I'm just going to grab this green zone here just for education, show you guys kind of what I'm seeing. And I want to zoom back here. Look back. Don't know if this is all-time highs here. 42.85, or not all-time highs, but a previous all-time high. Yeah, look at that zone here, guys. So I'm on the daily. Look at this 42.85 to 4366. We're 4 years ago. May 2022. 2023, March 24, and present day on the weekly chart. Yeah, big spot here, you guys. To me, when I see stuff like this and people maybe think, okay, they're zoomed in on just their phone, or why is it bouncing there? It looks like it should go down more. This is obvious, you guys. This is a very obvious setup where keep selling under 43, that 42.85, but this is for sure a spot that I'd be done being bearish on. I know iPhone, perfect. You're in calls right now. Cool. Are you put in the chat or unmute if you want? Let me know what day you entered if you're already in profit, so I can kind of help you look for some targets. I'm going to talk about this real quick. But seeing this here, guys, a breakout. Didn't quite get there, but it's forming. You see buy, step in, heavily defended. That's what you want to see when this is resistance, flip support, defended, and then just fried alone. Okay. So you got in Friday's only 70. Don't say only $70 profit. I know you didn't mean that maybe, but only. Like if you guys are walking your dog and you see $70 on the ground, are you gonna pick it up? Absolutely, guys. Don't be reckless with money. Not saying you are, but you know, $70, man. I know the percent gain might not be a lot, but okay. May 15th, 50 call. I like the strike. I think what kind of a delta are we looking at? I like to tell people a 0.3. May. $50 call. 0.39 delta. You beat my threshold of 0.3 or higher. Nice job. Can't argue with that strike. Can't argue with where you bought it. If you had $70 profit, probably on that close. Give me a second. I'm gonna zoom way in here. You're probably gonna be red or break even just from this gap down. But again, option number one, if you're truly in a partial position, meaning you're not in full size, say you would have spent, again, I'm just throwing out a random number, say you would have spent $1,000 on this and you bought in like $300 worth of contracts here, and we pushed up here in profit. Now you're kind of break even or a little bit red. This is a good buy zone into here. I can tell people to safely, with time, average down into here anywhere in this. It's almost a $1 range here, not quite, but clear as day. 42.85 must hold short term in the coming days and weeks. So if we come down into here, yep, you're probably red. Coming down into here, you're red. That's fine. This is still the buy zone for me on calls. Anybody looking at this that might want to get in tomorrow? Absolutely. Even better, if we reclaim 4366 and hold a good position, first time anyone's seen this chart. What are we doing? Repeatable price action from right here. So they broke over, they closed at it, excuse me, dipped it, they defended it on the 30-minute chart. What did they do? We bounced it. So if we push over, we bounce this zone here. We start seeing a nice little hammer candle, long wick to the downside. This is a good buy spot on calls for Intel, INTC. If you're trading weeklies, definitely a 44 call. Don't get a 50 call that expires in 4 days. That is not good trading. Good trading is a 44 call, a quick push up, 40 cents, you're in the money. Okay, we want that. Don't buy stuff way out of money. If you can't afford a 44 or 44 and a half, I don't know if they have half strikes. It just means your port is too small and you need to find something else, and that's fine. They do have half strikes. So they're going to be even cheaper tomorrow, $1.50, $1.25. Not bad at all. But again, if that's still too heavy for your portfolio, just skip this trade. But iPhone, anybody else looking at this? This is a very good average down spot in here for sure all day long. And even better, if we just consolidate in here and you're not really seeing much profit, fine. But we push over, we snap this downtrend trend line. So again, you guys, here's a high, here's a lower high. Here's a lower high. Here's a lower high. Clear these drawings. Here's a high. What did this high do? This high is not a lower high. This is the first attempt, if this holds, of a trend break. So Monday, Tuesday, we break out of this. Bare minimum consolidation zone. And again, if you're not in puts, which is great, but if you were in puts, that should be worrisome to be in puts. But super, super nice setup here. And then on the way up, I just want to show you real quick. I know I'm rambling, but because I love these setups where a higher low is, and lows are clear and obviously defined. People say, okay, where do I sell at? Well, you enter here. Where do you sell? You sell here. I love this. It's just too easy. You sell here. It's a top, which was a bottom. Where's your next target? You sell up here. Top, top. It was a bottom. Get the point? Pre-market wick. Another target. Bottom before it gave out. Bottom zone. All you do, you just reverse the stair step up. This is easy, easy trading. It never happens. I mean, sometimes it does, but this is exactly what you want on just a stair step down trend reversal. Super, super clean chart, you guys. Intel. If that breaks out, might be my favorite step of the night. Nice request. Nice job. All right. Let's see. Alex is still out. We're skipping Microsoft. Got to be present to win. Prito, if you're charting the 1 hour chart, you get your targets on the 1 hour. Good question. I chart on the 1 hour for the big reaction zones. And then I zoom into like a 15 or a 30 and I look at the previous week. So this is a really, really good example. So absolutely on the 1 hour, if I were to draw support and resistance, this is just gonna be super quick and dirty, but I'm looking at this top here. I'm smacking this top here. It was a bottom, bottom gave out, bottom, bottom here, bounce gave out. Stair stepping down. Again, super quick charting. Not perfect, but I just kind of want to show you to answer your question a little bit better here. Then we're just going to kind of grab these bottoms here. And so what I do is I look at something like this. I'm like, okay, top here, yada, yada. And then I zoom in to like a 15 or 30 and I say, okay, does it still make sense? So now I cut my time range in half. So I'm now on a 30-minute chart and instantly, look at, we're on the 1 hour. We have one, two, let me clear this. 1, 2, 3 30-minute candles confirming that level makes sense. What do we have here? 2 30-minute candles confirming that makes sense. Okay. 1, 2 candles down here provide a bounce zone. They tried to reclaim that, engulfed it, tried to reclaim it, pre-market, sold. So yeah, basically when I come up and let's just say hypothetically, I alert an entry here and we just get a super nice 2-day continuation move. It's never this easy. I'm just looking down on a smaller time frame chart and going, okay, while I'm in this trade, you guys probably know I trade on the 5 and 15 minute. I just confirm and I look left, previous day price action, or excuse me, previous week, and I say, okay, does 44.75, we already trimmed that previous day high. We're kind of in this cluster here. Does 44.75, is that a good number to give members as a next target? Yes or no? If it's yes, okay, fine. And I start looking left. I'm like, okay, before 45.47, I'm looking at a couple things here. Yes, it's a big level we marked, but look at this wick here. I don't think I should have this as target 2 and this is target 3 because this stopped here on Thursday. What does that line up with the previous day? Ding, ding, ding. Do you think we probably should make this target 3? Absolutely. Now we push over that. Now what do? So we cleared Thursday's high. We cleared Wednesday's bounce zone, low zone. I know this was the low of the day, but this low zone the afternoon. So we cleared this zone. Now we focus on this zone and say, I know it's getting messy, guys. We cleared this. Let's just call it 45 flat. Now I look at, there's nothing over this. So now I just go, here's our recent price action. Yeah, anywhere in between here is a good sell. So sell at 45.2 if you want, or wait for 45.47. Absolutely. We break that again, hypothetically. Now we cleared all this price action. So I look left some more and I go, okay, what was the most recent price action over 45.47? Well, I'm looking at Wednesday of last week. Kind of got this pre-market zone here, kind of got this little 3 candle cluster here. Also the open, what do we know about open and closes, guys? It's the highest volume of the day, usually, unless there's news. Think this is a good target here for target 4, whatever we're up to? Absolutely. So that's all I do. This is just too perfect of a chart to not use as a charting example when it just stair steps down nice like that. I think Netflix is a really, really clean chart as well. It's building a super nice consolidation zone. I was in and out of that twice a couple times, but hopefully I answered your question. If not, unmute, brother, or we can talk over more.
No, that was good. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Cool. All right, Avenger. Yeah, let's look at CRM. Salesforce. I think we're chatting about this one, right? So this one's basically tight spread. We can work off this. I don't remember. Someone was talking. Ooh.
Brought this up before.
What's that, brother?
I've brought this up to you before. It's in that same software sector, so it's down along with everything else.
Oh we got earnings creeping up though. We can build a plan, but earnings are
Yeah, I didn't even notice that.
Wednesday. That's all right. We can build off it though. This is a good example. I'm not going to look left. We're just going to see what the hell and why it's stopping down here, kind of consolidating. I mean, I know it moves. It's a big mover, $7 range-ish down here, but just kind of quickly on the daily grabbing these wicks here. Zoom left. What do we got? A little bit of price action there. Oh yeah. So coming down, a little bit of a bottom, top, broke out, poked down, reclaimed. Makes sense to me why it's stopping there. Hopefully it does to other people. I know it's quick charting. Top side, and we'll do it back the other way now. So we'll chart back in time, and we'll see if any of these top side wicks here, and one more on the bottom side. Quick charting. Probably expensive contracts. I know you got
Yeah, they're already expensive, so with earnings, it's going to be even more expensive.
Yeah, we can. I mean, yeah, we'll definitely talk about. I'm not mad about that. I just hate to build a super nice plan that just gets gapped on earnings. But this is a super nice buy zone. Again, if it wasn't for earnings, and I haven't done any research on the company, but if the company is financially stable, this is clear as day buy zone for me. Day trade. I mean, earnings are Wednesday, man. If you can sneak a trade Monday, like look at this bottom, man. Look at this 183, 183.2. Like we got some pokes down here, but this is obviously one of those spots where I'm like, yeah, I don't want to take puts down here. And then bottom, formed a top, broke over, engulfed it, formed a top, after hours, sold through, and then sold through. Man, that would have been good Friday. It closed right at it, but yeah, let me zoom in. But yeah, this it's a nice range here, man. And again, like I said, you guys, if you keep getting smacked down and it's not making sense, daily 9 moving average is putting in some work. It's putting in some work. 1, 2, 3-ish, 4 days, providing the top sides moving averages. You guys, newer traders, they are support and resistance as well. All it is literally just a line that is moving. It's a moving average line versus just a line that's just static, just staying put. And so yeah, it's getting the smackdown for sure, but it's forming this bottom, and not just a random bottom, but that bottom here. Maybe it even shows on the weekly chart too. Yeah, all this zone back here from April 2022 is kind of just stalling. But yeah, man, if this 180 gives out with earnings, obviously, brother, that could get super ugly.
It has one of those names like Tesla.
What's
how
that?
It has how Tesla has TSLL. It has a different name for.
Oh, leveraged, really
Yeah.
interesting. I didn't know. I don't know too many names that do that. Interesting. All right, that's cool. Were you looking? I mean, again, earnings aside, were you looking for an options play or a shares nibble?
Probably options.
Yeah. What is the? I can't remember. How do we check the expected move? Who's smarter than me on Thinkorswim? It's somewhere. It's like a little emblem or something, isn't it? I don't spend too much time on it. Somewhere around here. I thought it said the expected move. Oh, right here. I think that's dollars, right? Hopefully
Yes, I think so.
Yeah. Yeah. So $17 move plus or minus is what it's expecting. So we're at, 184.
Basically 10%.
Yeah. So we're going to see this week, we're going to see the daily 20 get tagged or somewhere down under this low range here. But yeah, man, it's a super nice range to day trade if it wasn't. But again, if you can catch something on Monday, I would be, I don't know how expensive these are. Oh shit. Yeah, I'm not gonna play this with you.
I might try the leveraged ETF one out.
What's it called?
CRMG.
CRMG. Oh, that's so cool. They do that. How's liquidity on it? Oh, so we can't buy February. We got to go to March.
Yeah, right. Closest.
Let's Yeah. I mean, it's got a little bit open interest. I mean, it closed on a $10 spread. That's not horrible for something that only had, 23 contracts trade on Friday. Not ideal, brother. Is April better? April's shit. And there's just no volume on the puts.
Yeah, this might be something to stay away from, or I might just pick up some of these shares,
Yeah,
the CRMG shares.
let earnings shake out, brother. That's just not very good volume at all on that. That would be something where you could be in profit after earnings and like literally can't get out or can't get out at a good price. I'd hate to tell people to do that. So skip that leverage, guys. But yeah, let's just be patient on this one. Let's see where it shakes out on Wednesday. Maybe they kind of IV crush everybody. If they kind of trade around 190 or this 180, I think we can revisit it later in the week or even next Sunday scan and kind of see. Sorry, my throat's getting dry. See where it all shakes out, man.
All right, thanks, Wonka.
Yep. All right. Gaddy, NVIDIA. Are you in NVIDIA? Want to be in? What's the word? Unmute your mic if you want. Ooh, look at this. Or put it in the chat. Let me know. It's all right if you don't want to talk. Clear as day, top zone. But don't get too bearish because there's two moving averages not far below, guys. NVIDIA calls. All right. I need a couple more spots in here. Just going to kind of eyeball it for a second. Hang with me here. So I'm grabbing, yeah, I think this is worthy of a line. Bottom side bounce reaction cluster right there, right there, right there. Lines up with all that junk there. Bottom side there. Top, top. And one more look out below if that fails. Somewhere down right here. So Friday's low. Nice reaction there for sure. Catching that bounce zone there for sure. Catching that bounce zone there for sure. Super nice. All right. NVIDIA calls. I think earnings are coming up too, so be careful with this, guys. Earnings are on Wednesday as well. So I'm not going to say ignore earnings, but this is a trade setup if earnings weren't this week. I do not recommend you trade earnings. If you do, trade AMD. You want to trade a sympathy play. So meaning if NVIDIA pumps, AMD is probably going to pump with it. Or SOXL is a really cheap ETF to play. So if you want to be in call, if you think NVIDIA is going to go up, you want to be on calls on SOXL. Same thing if you think a downside gap down's coming. Again, I don't recommend you guys play earnings, but you still do it anyway. This is what you should play. You should not play NVIDIA itself because what you guys are going to do, you're going to buy a cheap, super far out of the money contract and you're going to buy calls. And you're like, oh, I'm going to make so much money. It pumped, but you're so far out of the money, you're going to get IV crushed. So what is the IV at right now? On a, oh shit, they got every 2 days trading as well. So we will take a Friday contract. Yeah, IV is creeping up. The weekly is obviously a lot more, but yeah, if you guys open, if you take something too far out of the money again, you need to find the expected move. Where the hell was that? Is that not popping up yet? I don't see it unless I'm blind. Huh. But you need to find the expected move. So if it's only going to move $10, you need to buy a contract $10 or less because you're going to get IV crushed. Okay, enough rambling. How would I trade this week? Because Monday, Tuesday, you can still get a very nice trade in this for sure. So looking to get in calls for sure. So we got this may be a super nice setup for you here. So with this gap down, let's see, we pushed up. So I'm trying to figure out where this moving average is going to move. It just stair steps each day. We pushed up a little bit, so it's probably going to stair step up a little bit. I don't know how far, but if we open anywhere over this dash daily 9 moving average, if you're able to turn that on in your chart, and we can open over this buyback zone here, basically 187.6. I think it's a very, very good dip buy zone for sure. And again, where are you targeting? Clear and obvious top. So if you catch a $2.50 move, I'm not saying hold and finally trim up here. You should be trimming all along in between here, just based on Friday's price action, which would be 15-minute chart. So again, let's say we kind of trickle, we open in here. Again, perfect world, we open right at the daily 9 moving average. That's a good dip buy. I can get behind that. Where do we sell? Again, this is probably target 2 or 3. Bottom side of this wicks here. Top side of these wicks here. Top side, top side, top side. You think we should be trimming at kind of 188.2? Absolutely. Push over that. Yeah, we can start looking for this now. Look at this cluster in here, this big battle back and forth in here. So very, very buyable dip. If this fails, I think you have to wait and either take puts, or if you don't want to take puts, that's totally fine. Be patient for this 187 to 187.2. You basically be using, for me, I'm not risking much. I don't want to see it go an entire $1.50 against me to see if this bounce holds here. I'd be playing this bounce option or scenario number 2. See if that holds. I would not risk a downside move that far against me, especially on something short dated. I don't like to trade like that. If that fails, we can take puts under here, but seeing this buyback here, that's kind of spooky to be in puts. Yeah, it worked here. Broke down, retest that next level. So we can absolutely come back into here. But the most recent day, they did not let that price action repeat, and they bought that back up. And so tricky spot. But again, 187.6 hold. I don't know where that moving average is going to open, but basically we're buying the dip on this reaction here. Where am I? I'm on the 15-minute. Nice buyback reaction there. Nice buyback reaction there. So very, very nice chart to trade. Not my favorite. Very, very rangy. Again, not super bullish or bearish anyway, unless we're top ticking puts up here or bottom tick on some calls. But very, very big tradable in this range here for sure, for sure. Oh yeah, we got this Sunday class. It's been going on forever. I mean, I've been doing it for 2 or 3 years now. I love it. I love it. Jimmy D. And I'm gonna come back to let me come back to you in a second, Gabby. I'm gonna get Jimmy's question here. So this is what I got, brother. Volume splits are up here. It just kind of tells you buyers and sellers. If you see a sideways choppy day, chances are it's I'm just throwing out a number. It's probably 100 million buy, 100 million sell. It's just flat. It's chopping on the day. But obviously, if we're having a huge down day, sellers are going to outweigh the buyers. If we have a big up day or decent up day, you've seen buyers did that. Multi-time frame moving average. That's what I'm talking about here, and I think that's what you're asking about. It's the daily. Let me get out of this to kind of show you inside here. I'll quit moving this if you want to take a screenshot, but it's just set on the day time frame. Simple moving average, your length. So this would be 9 for purple. Green, you said is 20. But this actual script, I did not make this. I don't know who made this. Let me know if you need this. I think it's pinned in Thinkorswim, but it looks like, I don't know shit about scripting, but it looks like it's pretty damn simple. But anyway, I got my 9. I got my hourly 20. Shout out to River to getting everybody on that one. I got my daily 20. That's my green line. And I got my 9 EMA. That is this solid purple line. I haven't really talked about that much just because, we're not talking about like, scalping levels, stuff like that. Like I said, doesn't matter. But as far as charting, it's not super important tonight. Bollinger Bands, if you got big blowouts, I like to turn that on for you guys. It just gets really messy. And then volume profile to kind of show you guys, consolidation breakdowns, stuff like that. And then RSI for divergences. But yeah, let me know. Send me a DM or on trade floor, we'll get you squared up. Actually, it's towards the end of class, so we're pretty much all caught up. Let me look in the Discord really quick. And Gabby, I'll get back to Disney. Give me 1 second. I got so many tabs muted. Let's see if I can find it really quick for you. Let's see. You guys want to head out, feel free, but I'm going to do a recap of SPY in 1 second here. What was it called? Scripts? TOS scripts. There we go. Just going to see if it is pinned. I'm sure it is. It's got to be pinned. Watch list. Damn, I don't know if it is. Unless I'm just skipping over it. But I'll drop it in there. If not, please send me a DM or message me on trade floor so we don't miss out. Don't want to gatekeep it. If it's something you want, we'll definitely get it for you. All right, back to the chat. Gabby, Disney puts this week. Like my Disney. Fairly confident on the levels here. Appreciate you charting. Good for you. It shows you're putting in the work. And all you guys being here. I don't say that just suck up to you. I mean that. We got so many people trading in Discord every single day, every week. And you guys see it. Who shows up to class? 20 people. So Gabby, daily chart here. Indecision. So small body wick, big top side, big bottom side. Indecision. An indecision right at a key level, which makes sense. So we see the previous day here, Gabby. We're bouncing here, we're closing here, or excuse me, we closed here, closed the candle there, bounced there. It's no accident, just a big decision zone here on 105.43. So you probably know where I'm going with that. Zooming back in time here, big old ER gap. 1 hour chart here. So this one's tricky. Let me think here before I speak. Even though breakdown retests is my bread and butter, I don't know if I love it right here on 105.43. I just don't like these buybacks right here. Even though, of course, retested, sold down. I just consolidation, big breakout, support, and basically support here. Every candle closed over that. So I would feel better about, if you want to mark this, take a screenshot or whatever, if you don't have this level, this 104.6, just because, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days of price action kind of pinned around here. And it's just big indecision here. We can short underneath here for sure, but it's just a tricky spot there. I would feel better just being patient and clearing this little range out here and taking a short under, which it may just give us that short tomorrow morning right away under 104.66. Basically what we're doing is we're clearing, we're removing this junk here, and instantly we're clearing Friday's low. So you want to be in a bearish position, pre-market low, previous day low. That's one of my bread and butter, trading styles there. I know we got this poke under here, but we're clearing, all of last week's move basically. And so that kind of gives you a little more of a green light for me, just saying, hey, this zone broke here. It's a bearish day on the markets. We're gapping down. This zone just broke here. I would feel better of just some bearish momentum to the downside there. under 104.66 basically, because this huge engulfing here on the 1 hour. This could be a good chance for volume profile if I have it set up correctly. Hopefully I do. Yes. Okay. So when you see consolidation, I know I'm probably running along here, guys. If you guys got to leave, that's fine. If you want to stick around for extra education, do it. So I talked about consolidation on the stock, and this is showing volume of the shares traded. So lo and behold, look at this big look at this big peak here. It's consolidated right there. Consolidation right there. So hang with me. This will make sense in a second. We zoom left, or let me zoom out a little bit so we can follow what the hell we're doing here. So we gap down, we're getting rid of all this. We're looking left, we gap down, we're getting rid of all this, okay? When price moves fast, look at this. There's not a lot of volume. It's very thin here, okay? So we got the big pump up, not a lot of transactions here on Wednesday, okay? It's easy for price to move in and out of this when it comes back to it. Don't believe me? Thursday, what do we do? Boom. Tinfoil hat, maybe I'm crazy, but what they do, they came back down, they probably filled all these orders here that just got skipped over. Maybe, hypothetically, I don't know. But look how fast that move is back down into that from the shallow volume profile. So we're clearing this, we're gapping down, we're clearing this, we're clearing this, okay? Clearing my drawings here. Let me get this. Now look at this. This is the fun part of charting. Look at this volume gap here. Look how thin this is. Guys with me? Look how shallow this is from 2 Fridays ago. Not last Friday, 2 Fridays ago. Look how shallow this is from Thursday. That's why I'm saying if we break this 104.66, I like this chart. Thank you, Gabby. I'm going to switch over my real account after this class and put an alert on here. If we break this, yeah, we can bounce. But if we slide, this is kind of a green light right here, you guys, to fill this zone down in here. I'm not saying we get down into here. Don't quote me. But I'm saying it should be a very easy move if we have a bearish day or a bearish multi-day move. An easy slide into 103.7, I think, is very doable. Break that, and now we start looking. Where does volume start picking up at? A little bit down here, consolidation. So super nice setup, nice request. That's why, again, all that consolidation here, people will say like, why are targets the way they are? It's like I'm looking, I can visualize this, so I don't have to always have volume profile on, because I know if a big ass move happens, I know the volume is thin through here because there's a fast move. Okay, there's not a lot of shares traded right there. And so that's why I just don't like areas of interest like this. We could pull up a lot of different charts, and just when there's big consolidation zone, it's just a shitload of volume stacked. I just don't like to trade like that because it's fake out, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. That's why I trade breakout, retest, breakdown, retest. That's all I'm doing, you guys, when I send out an alert. I'm looking for these clusters. I'm going, okay, they broke under. We'll just use this example again. They broke under this big old consolidation zone. We should see a nice continuation move down because all that volume that was getting bounced and they're holding, they now are not holding that. So, sellers are strong, buyers gave up, whatever you want to call it. That's what I'm trading, you guys. That's what I'm trading.
Okay, I'm still studying, but I think based on what you showed and makes all sense, maybe it's going higher to grab the liquidity with these weeks, and then by grabbing they go down, and then we go inside with the retest. Like I'm just thinking about the liquidity that is on the top of all these weeks.
Yep. No, it's a very good question. So basically, we can't cheat because this chart is what it is. So what I wanted to see here, Gabby, is basically, just for a second, pretend here that all these wicks are gone and we see candle bodies closing here. and topside wicks like this on the top side. So like if these were all gone here, let me see if I can find an example. Then for sure, 10 out of 10 times, this is a short for me right here. That's a very, very good question. When I see buybacks into here, so if we open into here, I'm telling myself, okay, they're still defending this level here. If they buy this back, they can for sure smack this down, but I didn't want to see any of these here. What I wanted to see is a candle started, somewhere up here, they smack it down and it just stops right here. And then they push it up and they smack it down. And so it builds a large, I'm just going to draw it for you. So this is basically what I wanted to see on Friday is topside wicks and 30-minute candles like this. They're just opening, closing, and stopping here. And yeah, if we come back under and then you get your puts here, 10 out of 10 times, that is a trade that I would alert to the Discord, absolutely. But it's just these wicks here, I'm just hesitant. I can totally be wrong. We can push up to here, Gabby, 105.43, reject, and then basically you top tick this whole move down, to where I said maybe could enter, and then down for some more move. But I don't like this move just from Friday. If this was like 3 weeks ago, I'd be like, oh, the hell with it. Maybe they're going to clear this. But this was just Friday. And so that's where I just kind of want you guys to kind of just be mindful of, study the candlesticks. What are they telling you? Like this is saying, hey, they tried to sell it down in here. They bought it back up. They tried to sell it down here. They bought it back up. They bought it back up. They bought it back up. That needs to be taken note of. It's basically, maybe almost 105. And so super good question. Not a crazy question at all. Not a crazy thesis. When I see bottom side wicks underneath me, that's what we have to fight against on the downside. If we get puts here, it's like, hey, be on bounce alert basically on every freaking 5-minute candle, because we don't know when. I'll just go to 5-minute and see what it looked like. So yeah, we could take our shorts here. Again, this is hindsight. We take our shorts here, we get blown out. We try to take a short here without the candle body closes, we get blown out. So this one would work, again, in hindsight. It closed here, the next candle push up, rejected, we get paid. We take a short here, do we stop out here? I don't know. How much risk is that? We sell back under, we get paid. And so this is just kind of scary for me to alert, at least to send an alert to multiple people. I don't know how many people take my trades, but if this was all gone on the bottom and we just had like it kept stopping here, support, and then topside wicks, yeah, take your short there. But sorry, I'm running long-winded. Not a crazy question at all. Good question. There's a couple questions in here before you guys hopefully leave already. I'm sorry. Let's see. Got Jimmy D. Let's see. All right. Where did my chat go? There we go. All right, Divine, you're still in here. Yep, we're gonna do a SPY recap. All right, guys, if you guys got to head out, do so. We're running a little bit long. SPY recap for you. Let's see if we moved. Oh man, yep. All right, so 1 hour chart here just to show you where the hell we're at, you guys. This has been my bread and butter trading. You can see last how many days. Under it, it gets ugly. Over it, nice pushes up. So, and then in between here, Divine, anybody else look at this? I'm not gonna call it no man's land. This is just kind of scalper's paradise. Basically, $1.25 range. So meaning price action, and we've seen it. I'll go down to a smaller time frame. Anytime it's in that red zone, it's just like, it looks good. And you take your screenshot, you don't sell, and boom, all your profits are gone. It looks good. And you take your screenshot, and boom, it's bad. And so in between here, I'm just kind of hands off. I'm waiting every day. We're trading this zone. I literally wake up pre-market. I set a top side alert for 686. I set a bottom side for 684.77. Wait for that to break. So what I'm getting at, 30-minute chart here, really zoomed in look. So any holds under this zone, I'm looking just for a bearish continuation day down. We could smack this. It could take 4 hours. It could take 10 minutes. I don't know. But if this fails, I'm not trying to. some people can, River can, whoever, Nando. I don't try and catch these wicks here. I just look for the most extreme zones in the market. And for me, it's the zones I have marked. I'm looking for the biggest bounce reactions, the biggest reactions in the market. And so any sales under 685, I'm bearish on the day. And I'll be looking for bearish positions to follow because, again, if markets are sell, 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 I personally, I've done it before, but I'm not looking to try and just find the single strongest name in the market. I'm looking for stuff. This is like the rip current in the ocean. If the markets are going down, I want to trade other stuff that's going down. It just makes shit so much easier. So, yeah, 685 gets smoked and holds under. So we're going to either open it and just kick it down here, or we're going to open it, we're going to test this, and maybe we push up, maybe reject. Again, I don't know. I don't have the magic ball. But first plan of attack, I know it's a $2 range down, but stay bearish into 683. So meaning, you catch your short here, you're trimming somewhere down in here. This is like a final target down into here. It's not, hey, take puts, hold the $2 move down, you're greedy, and then you finally sell. This is where we're starting to buy that dip. I bought this dip here on this day, and I bought this on this day, and of course, paper handed both days. But 683, I'm not bearish. Can we go more? Absolutely. What do I want to see? A breakdown, retest, a breakout that fails, and you go lower. That's all we're doing. So, a retest that fails, you get your puts. Obviously in hindsight, but down, up, down, up, down, up here. Super, super nice range up here on Friday. I was not around for that, but so yeah, was it Divine? Does that answer your question? Feel free to unmute if you want to talk this over. I got a couple more minutes. Let me eat some dinner, but these are my levels if you want to take a screenshot. Yep, but that's basically red zone is resistance, green zone is support. It just helps me visualize. So when I'm trading on a smaller chart like this, so when I come into SPY, this is what I'm looking at sometimes on this tiny ass chart, and I'm like, okay, is this, a lot of times it's like this, I'm like, is this level make, does it mean something to me? And I'm like, oh shit, green zone, I should be, getting out of puts down here. That's just how my mind works. Is I trade like this. You guys see my chart set up, and it's like when I see a thick line, I know it's a big support zone or resistance overhead, or a green zone. It's like, hey, I should be getting out of puts. Or same thing on the flip side. It's like, if I start seeing double tops being set in here, it's like, hey, I'm going to short this and ride that wave down. So that's kind of my mindset on my charting. Hopefully that helps everybody. But yeah, that's what we're looking at. But again, guys, on the daily, it's just a big ass range. We are day traders. We should be, thankful for this, because all you're doing, you're just building a plan each day and going, hey, this kind of looks like a top here. Maybe I should short this. This kind of looks like a bottom here, bottom. Big bounce zone, big bounce zone. Like, this is all it is. This is just, I don't update my levels every single day. I've been riding with this since we broke up here. I set some new lines up here. We broke all-time highs, set some lines, and then these just stay every single day. And I just look for my biggest extremes back and forth, and we take our shot. And we just try and win more than we lose. But again, 685 fails, we're looking for that. We're looking for that. We're looking for that. Again, 686 breakout, we're looking for this. We're looking for this. And 686, looking for this. So hopefully that helps you guys. With that, appreciate you all sticking around. I know I've been running long. 9 people stuck around. You guys are awesome. Have a great night. Have a great week, you guys. Be safe on trading. There's a lot going on. Pending war. State of the Union. I know that's going to be after hours, but maybe he says something kind of crazy on Tuesday night. So be careful swinging. Buy time. Hedge your positions. Trim. Don't be greedy. And you will be able to survive in this market. But have a great night, guys. Check you all tomorrow.